co-chairman of this session. It is my great pleasure to introduce our chairman, Dr. Chai, and our presenters from Taiwan. I would like to welcome you to Korea. Thank you. As you know, Dr. Chai is a well-known psychiatrist at Pintung Christian Hospital, Taiwan. Dr. Chai is chair professor and director of the Center for Bioethics and Social Medicine, Taiwan. And Dr. Chai will be a host for 19th Asian Bioethics. So, congratulations. I'd like to open the session of this conference, and we have 4 presentation papers. So at this time, I would like to turn the chairmanship over to Dr. Chai for the presenting papers. Okay.
Thank you, Vice President Song Hee-an. And I think that it is a great honor to be invited to chair this section. And also, we are so delighted that with all your support, and me and the team from Kaohsiung Kaishan Psychiatric Center could work together to welcome you next year in Taiwan. So in the following section, we have 4 psychiatrists that will make a presentation about how Kaishan Psychiatric Center contributed a part to the international society. So the first presenter is Dr. Liu Qi. Okay, please on the stage. And today, this topic is the overview of Southern Cooperation from Kaohsiung Municipal Kaishan Psychiatric Hospital. So let's welcome Dr. Liu. So 10 years. And let me remind you, all presenters, since that we only have 4 presenters section, so I guess that you may have 15 minutes for your presentation. And we will remind you 2 minutes before the end of your presentation. Okay, 10 years, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you all for being here. And today I want to share this topic, the overview of Southern Cooperation from Kaohsiung Municipal Kaishan Psychiatric Hospital. And I'm Dr. Lu. I'm the psychiatrist of Kaohsiung Municipal Psychiatric Hospital. And this is the outline. And I would like to introduction of Taiwan and the new Southern Foreign Policy and Kaohsiung Municipal Psychiatric Hospital and Taiwan and KSPH and the summary and conclusion. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Taiwan, formerly known as Formosa, is an island located some 180 kilometers off the southeastern coast of the mainland China, across the Taiwan Strait. Across the Taiwan Strait, and this is Taiwan. And today we want to talk about the new Southern policy of the Taiwan government. And today, the Taiwan government and the Taiwan government has been working very hard, and to implement several new. Sorry, and people nervous. Sorry. Sorry. And the Taiwan government has been working very hard to implement several new initiatives in order to revitalize Taiwan's economy and enhance the relations with its neighboring countries. It tries to enhance cooperation and exchanges between Taiwan and other 8 countries, such as in East Asia, in Southeast Asia, South Asia, and Australia. The policy was created to make Taiwan less dependent on the mainland China and to improve Taiwan's cooperation with other countries. The goals include further economic and trade cooperation and resources sharing and the terrain conservation and other regional links. It was the policy was held by this policy is held by the Taiwan President Taiwan, and we try to enhance the cooperation and exchange between Taiwan and other countries. As I said, the policy was created to make Taiwan less dependent on mainland China. And this is our goal, and try to improve Taiwan's cooperation with other countries. And today I want to introduce the Cultural Municipal Psychiatric Hospital. We abbreviate as KSPH. Cultural Municipal Psychiatric Hospital is one of the teaching hospitals in southern Taiwan, and we play a download in the regional psychiatric network. And we start our Southern Asia project along with the Taiwan Medical University and with the chair, Professor Du Jianchai. Okay. And we also form a professional team, and we attend some international meetings as well as visit different countries annually since 4 to 5 years ago. And we just want to talk about the Thailand and the KSPH, the relation between us. And the Thailand has approximately almost 6-8 million people, and the majority of the population is Buddhist. Occupy almost 90%. And the Ministry of the Public Health, abbreviated as MOPH, is responsible for the population health and health service. And the Department of Mental Health has been integrating the mental health and the industrial health and the primary health policy. And by the way, the Ministry of Public Health, it can be organized into 80 departments. And the Department of Mental Health is one of the major departments of the Ministry of MOPH. And we start our visits on year 2016. And the delegation includes Dr. Jen Zhong Chen, and he's the first speaker on the floor. Okay, he's the consultant doctor of KSPH. Also, he is the former president of Taiwanese Society of Psychiatry. And the Dr. Chen, she likes to share his interest in mental health promotion and his experience of cooperation with Vietnam. After this forum, we signed a memorandum of understanding letter between the Thailand and the Taiwan. Okay. And this is the first time we visit the Chiang Mai. And we attend the first DBMH meeting. But we can see And this is the first time we visit the Chiang Mai. And our consultant doctor, Jin Chen, and this is the chairs on stage, the Professor Chai Chen, and we exchange our gift with the chief of the psychiatrist of the Thailand, and this is our director of the manager, the chief Wang. This picture shows that we really pay a value to the bank, and we attend and we share this topic, and we share a talk about the depression, the depression and the Taiwan. We share this topic in Bangkok. Also, we also exchange the gift with Dr. Samai, who is
2 minutes. So John, okay.
Dr. Samai, he is the deputy director of the AMH. Okay, our most important mission is to promote the Taiwan's service model and resource partner. And we try to create the global engagement of Taiwan. We want to earn the support from the Southeast country. We just want to have the more mutual exchange as well as learning experience. And the final goal is try to improve the mental health of human beings. Okay. The summary. Okay, the summary about the access and the policies for mental health. We just want to discuss the progress, the standards, and the difference of the policy of mental health between countries. Also, we want to present the intervention of the environmental community therapy and the environmental admission in Taiwan, in Taiwan Mental Health Act. We are the first country to enforce the environmental community therapy and environmental admission in the Asia. And finally, we want to share the advantage and the difficulty during clinical practice under the current policy. Okay. So it's done. Okay, I finished my topic, and we'll come to Kaohsiung next year and join us on year 2008. Thank you.
You may finish your last Switzerland. I think that's a very important approach.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here.
So then we have a little bit time for Q&A section. Do you have any questions on Dr. Lee and the Taiwan Psychiatric Center's work? Please raise your hand. Any further comments? Yes, there are 2 microphones on each side. So please come to the microphone. Do you have any questions? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Liu. So we can say, okay, Daryl, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. There's been a controversial history of mental health in many countries, and often the stigma is associated to patients with mental health. Did you find differences between Taiwan and Thailand and other countries in your experience in how psychiatrists deal with the ethical behavior towards patients?
三个不一样的地方，三个不一样的地方。
First of all, that Thailand has more budget on the mental health promotion and the prevention. However, this is the shortage of the Taiwan government because we lack of adequate financial budget because we lack because we lack of adequate financial budget of our Taiwan government to promote the mental health. Okay, this is why we just try to talk and persuade the Taiwan government to improve the environment for us. Yes, and so maybe it should take a long way for the psychiatrists, for the psychiatrist in Taiwan. We just try to do this.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lee, for your presentation. And then the second presenter is Dr. Xie Guanyu. And Dr. Xie is also a psychiatrist from the Center. And her presentation topic is the global experience of Kaohsiung Psychiatry Center, 1800 years of Indonesian experiences. So let's work on the question.
Thank you for all of you to come to this session. I'm Guanyu from Kaohsiung Psychiatric Hospital, and my topic is about the global experience of our Asian cultural ethic and Indonesian experience, just like Dr. presented before, and part of Indonesia and Taiwan. This is my outline about the history of our communication, staff training, exchange program, and training programs. And finally is my conclusion. Okay, we have a geographic relationship between Indonesia and Taiwan. And okay, so you can see a green islands in Indonesia is many islands just like Taiwan, and we're surrounded by sea. So our climate is just like humid and wet and hot. Kaohsiung is in the southern part of the Taiwan. We have about 2 million people, and we also have a harbor and airport. So next year we are founding this 19. So we have an airport next year. So you can come to Kaohsiung Xiaogang airport and come to our hospital. Okay. We are founded. We are a government hospital and only have psychiatry, and we were founded in 1961. There are some financial problems. Next one. Okay, we have a new building, and it seems like we are a small building in our hospital. But we are the co-hospital and emergency center in Kaohsiung and Pingtung City. We have 1,400 beds in our hospital, and we are the largest psychiatric hospital in South Taiwan. And we have so many missions, like government hospital, we have daycare program, long-term care shelter, hospitals, disaster psychiatry, which will be reported to Dr. Joe later, and sexual assault prevention, emergency outpatient, and so many issues. So we have so comprehensive model to discuss communicate with Indonesia, and this is a review from Indonesia. This is the listing image in the world, the sunset and the sunrise. I'm introducing the next part is our sister hospital in Indonesia, and it's hard to pronounce it, so I'm just trying to introduce like ABC18day1 Psychiatric Hospital. Just like us, is also a government hospital, so they have more resources in their country. So here is the comparison between Taiwan and Indonesia, and we have almost the same outpatient beds, but we have more daycare treatment, but it is less in Indonesia. And And the manpower in Taiwan, Indonesia, and this is the market. We have about 1,000 per 110 billion manpower. So manpower, we are introduced communicating each other. We see that there's severe problem in manpower, psychiatry, nurses, psychologists, social workers, and even occupational therapists. So we signed a memorandum of understanding in 2014 with our sister hospital and RSKT. So we are beginning our cooperation. We're also busy not only our sister hospital, but also Bali hospital. And they are so different in these hospitals, just like I said before. They have several lands, so they have different climates, different people, and different environments. And we also visit their UGM medicine faculty and their Surgical Mental Hospital to see how they work in their real life. And we also visit their career, like society rehabilitation center, where they mainly help people like those homeless. So the most important part of our communication is occupational therapist programs. And our occupational therapist training programs for mental ill patients and teaching them life skills and coping techniques. So mainly including craft activity, virtual-related activity, recreation activity, and group activities. So we have farming and social skill training, cooking, baking, and craft activity, exercise, and even play modeling. So we have a training program, and our friends from SKT come to join us in our occupational training programs, in our nursing, and in our daycare work. So the future is improved, they demonstrate and they try to do the occupational therapies by themselves. This is a non-exchange program, so we keep an exchange program every year, and we go to Indonesia, which is funded by the government. It's a national workshop for best practice models in psychiatry and psychosocial rehabilitation with doctors, therapists, and even a nurse to have a key lecture and to train their staffs. So we have a cooperation with their university, Jakarta, and have our further student training programs. So we finally, in this year, in February, we visit our sister hospital, SKT Hospital Yangon, and to see we are teaching and how they learn and have their progress. So you can see that their word is still covered by the hieroglyphs. And this is their coffee shop. We have a coffee shop in hospital, and this is the things that this is the best program in their hospital, because Indonesia is a famous coffee production area, like several different species. I know that Korean people also like coffee, so maybe some share experience. Okay. So we show them how to use the restraint jacket, and we are surprising their therapists. We have by modeling, they have made restraint jacket for selling and plus their therapeutic activities. So here's our conclusions. We have work-based mutual learning schemes because not we teach, they learn, but it's just like we'll be learning from each other. And this is how we learn the most from our sister hospital. Because we think we are teachers, but actually we are the students also. And sponsored by the government, we are established the demo area of patient service model in Indonesia and has their professional training every year. This is my next slide. Taiwan, and it also be children is created from warm and nice, and all the capital character in the first is the Taiwan, our spell. And thank you for your attention and welcome to Taiwan. We Kaohsiung for the next ABC next year. Thank you.
Have a short time slot for Q&A section. Any comments, questions for that issue?
Would you please to the microphone so everyone please.
Please stand to the microphone. Yes, please do the thank you.
Thank you very much for your time given to me. I'm Suhan Mukhtar from Makassar, Indonesia. I just want to know what is the ethical issue do you find in this cooperation? I mean, is there any the same issue problem between Taiwan and Indonesia? Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for your question. We are working through. And first, we see some human rights problem, just like I showed the picture before. Their work is still covered by the iron sticks. Their work is so closed, so the patient can go outside. And this is also a problem in Taiwan and in Indonesia. So we, Taiwan, are trying to release the patient into country, to society. So we have daycare program, society rehabilitation program. But this has some ethics for human rights for the patient and also for other people. It has some debates for the mental ill patients that they have some behavior they can control, but they may hurt others. So there are always some debates. We have a society rehabilitation center just next behind our hospital, and we in the beginning we are protected by the neighbors because they don't want mentally ill patients to live around them and they can walk freely. So I see that this is a difficult issue in both countries. So we are working hand in hand together to solve this problem. Thank you.
Any further questions? Okay, please. Now.
Thank you very much. You talked about the mandatory institutionalization. Could you, when you were looking in Indonesia, what did you find there was a difference between the legislation in Taiwan and the legislation in Indonesia about the institutionalization of psychiatric patients through the law?
The laws may not, I'm not very complete understand the Indonesia laws because they're word speaking, and maybe our friends from Indonesia could give us some advice later. But I know that we have the first involuntary admission in Taiwan, and we have some laws to restrict their human rights, just like admission and even freedom. Yeah, but it's things that not very common in other countries, not only Indonesia, but also in other Asian countries. It always has debates not from the psychiatry issue, also from the laws, the judges, and even those patients' family. Yeah. So there's several different parts in this issue, but they also need, just like Indonesia, their government stand out and give the budget, the money to solve this problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for your presentations. And in Korea, we are also making some changes in hospital education, supplementary mental with patients. We have long hospital days over 10 years, so we want to reduce it. So we make changes to laws. So I hope we can discuss it next year, more details and learn a lot from you and other countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sunita. Yeah.
So you from your
Korea University. Thank you for your sharing from the Korean laws of the psychiatry and counseling admission. So we are also inviting you to come to Kaohsiung next year to share the Korean laws and psychiatry with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sharon, for your presentation. Young psychiatrists, a little bit junior psychiatrists from Asian Psychiatric Center. Now we move to a senior one. The next presenter is Professor Fento, and Professor is a former president of Taiwan Psychiatric Society. And now we also shift the presentation content into the method that we are struggling in last year. So the topic for Professor So's presentation is the prevalence and the reflection of the psychiatric disorder and part of life. Among cultural traits, distortions, survival, performance, the education. So it's welcome, Professor So.
Thank you, Professor Chai, for this introduction. And my name is Brent. You can call me Brent. Sorry. This is my present topic, and I will present another topic about industrial psychology. Let us review our past disaster and experience in Taiwan. And you can see in 1906, Minshan earthquake. You can see from 100 years ago, there are several catastrophic earthquakes attacked Taiwan. Another earthquake, Hsinchu Taichung earthquake. Another disaster is flood. Flood disaster we call 87水灾. It means it happened on August 7th, so we call 87水灾. This is our Taiwan, and there are several different disasters that happened and attacked Taiwan. The small size of Taiwan past 20 years, the small size disasters, for example, China Airlines crash, and the Alishan train derailment, and the Pingtung bridge breakdown, and so on. So, let me summarize in the past disaster experience. The catastrophic destruction produced by GG earthquake in 1999, and the total days more than 2,400 people. And my doctor thesis is also to write about the purpose and the factors of GG earthquake survivors. The second biological disaster is SARS. And this SARS attacked all of Taiwan and led our people panic all the day, including the government officers and everybody. Then after the flood is Malacca flood. It happened in southern Taiwan, and the total death is more than 681. And today's the present topic is gas explosion in Kaohsiung in 2014. Another similar man-made disaster is color gas explosion. It happened in New Taipei in 2015 years. Okay, and let me introduce GG earthquake. It attacked New Taiwan and its epicenter in Nanpo County. And it also the famous scene the so-called Salmon Lake. And this is a catastrophic scene, and you can see this area. And then this is the flood in the left here. The second SARS happened 4 years later. You can see this SARS attacked all of Taiwan. The third Moroccan typhoon in 2009 attacked in southern Taiwan. And this building collapsed at that time. And this picture shows the Shaolin village after Morocco flood. You can see the before Morocco flood and the beautiful Shaolin village. After Morocco flood attack, there are nothing except the earth. And this is another man-made disaster in Taiwan, and this is my topic. The gas explosion induced the severe damage of street and the building. The total death is 32, but injuries more than 300 people. So my research is focused on our people suffer from gas explosion at that time. But today's the topic that we focused these survivors 1 year later. And other papers that we have published in quality of life research is half a year ago after gas explosion attack. Now our sample size is about 486 participants. The average age is about 43 years old. And male 255, and the female 431. And we found until 1 year later, there are about 20% have at least one psychiatric disorder, including 2 proper psychiatric disorder. One is PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, and other is major depressed episode. And about 7% have combined with probable PTSD and major depressed episode. So there are higher percentage with the comparison with other general population. And this is our our data, convert the data, and you can see that when they have physical injuries, if the people had more damage, their psychiatric disorder percentage has higher. Another risk factor is financial problems. If they have financial problems, and the probability of getting a psychiatric disease is higher. Okay, this slide shows maybe a female to get the psychiatric disorder is higher than male. And this slide concludes another factor is physical injuries, especially severe. Financial problems is the same risk. Okay, and this slide shows the quality of life research and the scales of screen the quality of life research. Quality of life in survivors is short form 12. So they have the 8 dimensions, including physical functioning and body pain, general health, survival, vitality, and so on. So the risk factors about quality of life and the more destroyed of quality of life is the risk factor about physical injuries. And the more aging, their quality of life are more severe. And if their physical injuries at that time, their quality of life showed generally worse. Okay, and if they have employment, and their quality of life are better. And interesting educational level is they are higher and their quality of life are better. Okay, when we use the multiple linear regression for prediction of Chopin and 12 the scale of the four functions, which must post the explosion, we can find financial problems is also a risk factor. And after is if the victims have probable major depression or PTSD, their quality of life will worse. Summarize our important results. We emphasize our results, including the significant risk of probable PTSD or major depressive episode in survivors where female gender, severe physical injuries, and financial loss. The risk factors of different quality of life scales were older age, physical injuries, educational level, financial problems, and probable PTSD and probable and major depressive episode. And because we use the probable, not definitely PTSD or major depression, because we use the screen tool, not psychiatrist diagnosis. So we use probable instead of different diagnosis. Okay, conclusion. 1 year after the gas explosion, survivors still had high prevalence of psychiatric impairment and their quality of life was affected, especially those with trouble PTSD combined with major depressive episodes. Mental rehabilitation requires not only short-term intervention, but also 1 year later, they have still 20% of psychiatric disorder. So, but also long-term follow-up and regular psychiatric management and well needed. And once again, our advertisement. Welcome to visit Kaohsiung, Taiwan. And we will host the 19th Asia Bioethics Conference. And this is our hospital. And once again, welcome. I will encourage to visit our hospital. And you can see this is beautiful Taiwan, beautiful city. Welcome. Thank you.
So any comment, President, or please?
Thank you, Frank, for your nice presentation. You have shown many pictures. I really enjoyed your presentation. You many things. But I have a question that is in the sort of a psychiatric hospital, Taiwan. So I have a question that if you have the data, what's the percentage of male, female psychiatric patient your hospital has?
Because the disaster happened nearby in our hospital, so we surveyed residents in the disaster site. So these respondents, as my report, most of them have not any psychiatric disease before. And our survey, when we surveyed, we exclusion criteria include the first, they have no any psychiatric disease before disaster. If they have psychiatric disease, we should exclude them. But I have not presented in this slide. So we have psychiatric patients suffer from this disaster, but we exclude in this survey.
In your one slide, you have said that the psychiatric patient admitted in survivor psychiatric patient admitted in your hospital, that is females are more than the male.
Oh.
And they have the psychiatric problem. Females have the more psychiatric problem.
Okay.
Than male.
I see. I should be emphasized that when people suffered major disasters, they have the most disaster-related psychiatric disease. One is PTSD, the second is major depressive episode. So when we present these results, we find if these people are suffer from the disasters and after they get psychiatric disease, including PTSD and major depression. So when they get PTSD or major depression, their quality of life will worse. So now before disaster, they have no PTSD or major depression.
Okay, can you explain a little bit about why the female have the more psychiatric problem? Why they have more female have the psychiatric problem?
More
If you give some light on that.
Oh, okay. It's a good question. But this is a gender difference. I think because when we surveyed in the GG earthquake and we surveyed monarch flood, the female get psychiatric disease more than the male. So I think this is a male gender difference. But because we have no other survey or other investigation, I cannot conclude in this meeting.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, Professor here.
Thank you for your presentation, Dr. Cho. And since we are a team of the disaster rehabilitations in Taiwan, and I going to ask a question like you did. Why the gender differences? But as I know, because of the female, they are not easy to get information to prevent the disaster. That's one thing. And the other thing is the social status. And that's why female suffer more severe disaster, especially in the psychological factors. But I know you work very closely to the in the psychological rehabilitation. And as we know, gender sensitivity is very important.
Yeah.
And as you are the psychiatrist, could you please tell us how you're going to develop some of the courses or training program for psychiatrists to enhance the gender sensitivity in the future? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Yes, good question. The first strategy is invite you to teach our psychiatrists. It's true because I invited Professor Xue to introduce the gender difference and cross-cultural difference in the next week in our annually the Society of Psychiatry.
Really?
Yes, of course. Do you forget? The second, I think gender difference and maybe discrimination is still persistent. So and others idea is train our psychiatric residents and our psychiatric professionals to focus and to knew this issue because most female as I knew they are not different from the male when they face the important things. For example, when we found at the beginning of disaster happened, the female respondents are higher than male respondents. But 1 year later or 2 years later, there are no difference between male and female. So we should emphasize this difference, and we should push gender mainstream in our country. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So if you do have any comments?
As a female,
Welcome to
I
Taiwan.
wonder, is there any age difference between or information difference? I want to know the control. How could you control the other variables? The other statistically, is it correct between male or female? Is there any other
Male or
yeah, male and female? Is there any other variables like age or education or status of the society?
okay. I think I'm not sure, but I believe that our society emphasize the equality between the male and the female, including the education and the job and welfare. But if somebody have still discrimination, we try to correct their idea, and we focus on media and communication to correct this discrimination.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You talked about post-traumatic stress and disaster ethics. I'd like you to make some comments about pre-traumatic stress, living in anxiety of a disaster, because with the history of earthquakes and floods and disasters, and also with, for example, fear of conflict, as in some, maybe in the country where we are hosted by. In many places around Asia, we also have a fear. So have you done much work on the fear and the pre-trauma stress and how that affects life plans and choices that we make?
Yes, I should emphasize disaster-related psychiatric disease also contains not only PTSD and major depression, including the sleep disorder, anxiety, panic. But because we use the psychiatric screening tool is DRPSD, the DRPSD just only survey the PTSD and the major depression. So we focus the PTSD and the major depression. But when our staff go to field to survey these victims, when they screen them by using DRPSD, they also give them brief the psychiatric interview, including for about their psychological trauma or the risk factors, or about if they have the financial problems or they have physical illness. And our staff will also examine how they feel and the relationship between the physical illness and psychiatric disease. And if they have still affected by this condition, our staff will refer them to our hospital or general hospital for further management, including psychological trauma or psychiatric morbidity.
Thank you.
I want to echo the problem about the gender difference because if you pay a little attention about the resources locations, they are voluntary, and then you have to consider selection bias because female is tending to self-aware their emotion, anxiety, and the physical discomfort, so they may be more willing to participate in this study. And the second, because that in clinical, we also know that men also have these problems, but they convert into physical discomfort, just like have lower back pain, general soreness, have lack of energy, and have irritable, but instead of depression. And next to our Dr. King asked about gender and socioeconomic status. We have to saw that because this survey is voluntary, those that very sick, that maybe in hospital, they don't participate in this study. And the second, that's that a low socioeconomic status, they may not have the time to participate, to write this questionnaire, and time to work or to find other ways to survive. So the selection bias is we have to all to notice in every research. They also have some blind spot. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation. For our last presenter is a key person. He contributed a significant part to establish leadership not only in domestic but also in international sphere. Professor Chen Zhenzong is also former superintendent of this outstanding hospital and the former president of Taiwan Psychiatric Society. And now he wants to sum up all his experience in establish the international possibilities for Taiwan along the collaboration line. His topic today is the global experience of Taiwan Psychiatric Center, the greater regional collaboration with Southeast Asian countries. Let's welcome Professor Chen.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Tsai and Co-Chair Ann. And I heard a lot of discussion. I want to respond. We are doing some international cooperation, very, very different from culture-based or society-based event. We should closely respect each other, okay? For example, as I knew, Indonesia, they are more female doctor physicians than Taiwan. Okay, the section in psychiatry or in medical field are all different. So if the same disaster happened in Indonesia, also society, I knew Indonesia might be female more prominent than male. Okay, is that right? I'm not sure, but I guess if there is a disaster like Taiwan happen in Indonesia, maybe more men will become sick. Okay, that's what I think. Thank you. So today I want to get to the whole summary. Actually, we are from Kaohsiung Kaishan Psychiatric Hospital. I'm Zhenzong Chen. We have previous presentation by Dr. Du. He majorly work future in Thailand, and Dr. She maybe future work majorly in Indonesia. And the other one, Dr. Yang, he is not here today, so he had a poster section. Welcome everybody to do that. And I will retire soon, okay? But actually, we'll come to Kaohsiung next year. So 3 countries since now we are doing. Today, I will present history staff training program, exchange program, and some question outcome and our conclusion. Okay, this is the most important slide today. I will show you. And 2008, we start for international exchange and majorly cooperate with Professor Tsai. And first time, Southeast Asia medical team visit to our hospital. And then first time with Vietnam Da Nang Psychiatric Hospital. 2014, we have short-term training. They stay in our hospital. The final goal is they learn something back to treat their patient and becoming much better. Also, I have to respond to you. Don't forget, different composite therapy should be based on the legal base. Then we can discuss about the future, about the ethic problem, something like that. So please don't ask me about my personal ethic problem about Vietnam, Indonesia, or Thailand. We should pay respect to all of them. This is very, very basic issue, okay? So 2015, we exchanged first time and second time. So we have a lot of cooperation. And last year, we are getting to ABC in Indonesia, okay? And this year, we are here again, invite you to Kaohsiung next year, please. Okay, so some hospital or community rehabilitation center, we signed the Sisters Hospital. This one is from Vietnam. And can hold this, I think, so there are 2 hospitals in middle Vietnam. And again, this is the KSDF hospital, and we visit there this year. So it's a very, very long trip. Okay, but Kaohsiung is shorter. Don't worry. Okay. And see about the training outcome. This is for Vietnam, so totally exchange program and staff training. Staff training means that they stay in our hospital. And exchange program means we visit on site. And Indonesia, 150, staff training 10, but they stay longer. They stay for 3 months. And Thailand, 2, okay? So this is total during the last 3 years. Okay, this is the training program in Kaohsiung. That's me, younger, but not now. And this year, we visit to Indonesia. For example, the Amun Hospital, KSDK, they still have mental health promotion problem. As you know, there's a big religious fighting in 1999 at the Amun. But this is very, very important, but not an important event for me to talk about that today. So I knew, but I didn't talk because we should respect their local need. Okay? So this is our visit. Vietnam this year again. Okay? So different sister hospital, we offer different services and exchange our idea. So About their certification, learning certification, it seems better year after this one, a little drop. And our experience help them or not, it seems it's fine. So training program at our site in our hospital. So there are many times. Okay, in conclusion, means I think respect each other is the basic, just like mutual learning skills. We did not criticize each other. Every different culture, every society, legal problem, something like that should be respected, okay? And we hope to make a demo area in Vietnam first, maybe next year. Then we hope to National Psychiatric Hospital in Vietnam, hospital number 2. And last, we'll come to Kaohsiung again and again. Thank you.
Very succinct presentation. Thank you, Professor Chen.
You will get a picture tonight, everyone.
I think that to sum up this session, I think that Professor Chen can answer any question related to the topic. So, any question, comments? Please go to the question. Really, first. Or you may also share experience. Is there any international collaborations along the line, especially for South Asia or West Asia? What we can expect from this kind of experience? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to ask you about the government funding and support for research into psychiatric disease in Taiwan. In many countries, there's not so much support for research into psychiatric disease compared to physical disease. Do you know roughly how many percent, or how do you feel as a psychiatrist? Is there enough government support for research? And perhaps it also is a topic for people from other countries as well. I know 20 years ago in England, only 6% of medical research was spent on psychiatric disease, for example. And so people have been working to try to improve that in different countries.
Thank you. And thank you for your good questions. Okay, but actually Taiwan is a democratic country, so the government won't restrict definite percentage to different departments of medicine. So it's a kind of competition. So I'm not sure about the percentage now, but I can give you some response. Taiwan psychiatrists are very well known in research. So maybe the first one in Taiwan per psychiatrist, I think. But the budget might be come from private province. Our hospital also offer for our psychiatrists. So if outside budget, I'm not sure about the amount, and usually we just get from our government or other NGO research, something like that. Okay, I'm so sorry I don't have data, 6% or 10, I'm not sure. But I'm very sure the psychiatric medical income is around 3% of national health insurance in Taiwan. Okay.
3%.
And I think that the
Around.
That's name.
Okay, less than 3%.
And the total research grant probably less than 2% of the national budget. But I think that there are some more I can be share with you. First, I think that there is not sufficient government funding for the kind of international cooperation. But I think that Taiwan is a kind of remarkable center in Taiwan in a sense. This center is also a very competent clinical trial center for psychiatric patient and pharmaceutical development in Taiwan. So they grant a lot of support from the international company and the local company as well. And later on, I think that it's a kind of a just endeavor in the sense that they provide their research fund for such kind of international collaboration for probably near 10 years. So I think this is a remarkable achievement. So we are also thinking that if possible, we can work together to establish a research network to attract international companies as well under some experience sharing from Taiwan. And along the line, I think that this will be, I think that we are much more capable to work with the Southeast Asian partners to attract the international support along the line. So I think this will be another opportunity that the patient share with us and we can think along the line. Especially we think that such kind of endeavor is worthwhile if we can have joint support from Korean friends or friends from Japan, what we want. So any further questions? Yes.
Actually, I'd like to ask you that in your country, in your hospital, is there any IRB and how they take the informed person from the psychiatric patient? If you say something about this. In research, there is a, if there is a research in your country on the psychiatric patient, and what about the informed consent of the psychiatric patient?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. From our research ethic, okay, there are socially minorities, including mental retardation, psychiatry patients. There are 6 categories. They are special protected. Yeah, this is very, very important in our IRB process for psychiatric patients. Very, very strict. Okay?
Any further questions? Okay, so thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you.
And I have an additional announcement. So the ABA membership form are now on the ABA desk outside, and please return to them. And also the ABC18day1 booklet is now available. So it's for the most recent issue in the ABA. And before we close the session, I would like to turn the mic to my co-chair and the Vice President, Song Ki-an, to make a conclusion for this session.
Well, time has gone by so fast, so I want to conclude the symposium by mentioning that we have enjoyed the speakers' excellent presentations and raised important questions and comments regarding psychiatry, including in Taiwan. So, I believe we have many other questions unanswered in comments that we need to work on. We hope you can spare the time to do so individually after this session. I hope you will agree with me that we have had an informative and stimulating session. Really? I'd like to thank Dr. Chai and all the speakers and those who joined in this discussion for their excellent contribution. Thank you very much.